Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties, so we are a few minutes late on that one. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated trade signal as long as you are on SIM. We're not responsible for your trade. If you just give me a second, because we had a technical problem, and I would like to sort it out before we uh, we we can move with the trades. We had some problem broadcasting today, so this one put us a little bit off. I will be quiet for a few minutes. I apologize. We had some technical today, so I'm trying to get everything back on. And we are also testing the new algorithm on the signal. So just if you bear with me, I'll be with you in a few seconds. Thank you. Okay, guys, we are back on, and what we have at the moment on the market analyzer, the ones just join us on the ES. We just had an entry signal on the ES, and it's not too late. The entry signal is 306175, target 3070, and we are struggling on that entry with the ES. On the Nasdaq, we had a sell order, so you can see this market is a bit, little bit. The Nasdaq is to the short side, and the ES to the buy side, and then the YM to the long side. So the market is a bit mixed in here. And if we look at the Nasdaq, on the last entry signal, we nailed 242 base on one contract and 29 ticks on on an on a YM. I apologize. Russell 14 ticks, 41 ticks on DAX CL 12 ticks, gold 44 ticks, and 30-year treasury bond 7 ticks. So the total right now on the CL, this is the entry point as we speak right now. This is an entry point as we speak right now on the ES. On the scalper, we just start firing a buy signal as you see here, and we are into the profit, 147 ticks into the profit. So on the right corner, on the right upper corner, with the market analyzer, this one here is a base on a scalping, and it is really easy to control and trade. So what we are expecting from the trader to break even as soon as possible, or trying to cash in when the market is not moving. So at the moment we have two trades. One is on the gold, one on the CL, on the scalper, and of course we will get the others ready. On the other auto trades, a different automated trade, which we've been covering the same chart and the same auto trade every day. We're not using, I'm trying to keep it simple and try to show the same charts every day. This is one of our favorite, and as you see earlier today, nailed the first round 1400, the second round 1400. We had a losing trade, and then the third round $1,400. So on the Nasdaq, if you don't have the money to take 4 contracts, you can take 2 contracts or 1 contract. Or if you want to, you can use 4 contracts on a micro account. And today, this is the third round on the $1,400 target. So what we do, when you get the first 1,400, you can stop. The daily target it is on 1,000. It's not on 1,400. It's on 1,000. But when the market go into the same direction as to your favor, then the auto trade stay on that trade. So immediately hit the third time 1,410. Even yesterday, I was with a guy, just a new, 2 days old guy. And I put him on this one here, and immediately he nailed also the same amount yesterday. I saw it on his computer. So this is a really very efficient and very cheap to trade the Nasdaq, and it is extremely. There is a lot of consistency into this one here. So this is really good. And to our traders, what we do, we are using just minutes. You can use 1 or 2 minutes to be aggressive, 3-4 minutes medium, and then you can have and this is the CL for the TI7, and as we see now is taking a pretty nice trade, and so we will cover all those later on. I just want to keep my eye on the market. Is moving fast for me. As we told you, folks, that the ES, we told you where is the entry, and whoever took that trade with the ES, this is an option. You can exit at that projection at 30, 66, 50, or you can stay and exit at 30, 69. But this is a projection, and there is a good potential for that ES not able at the moment to break the 30, 66, 50 on the ES. So you got to be careful. We already told you where to enter the market, so the rest is up to you. On the Russell, we're going back because the ES is struggling with the projection at 30, 66, 25. But in those cases, what you do you just break it even. So we are on a free trade. It doesn't matter, plus minus here and there. We either gonna hit $1,000, or if you want to, you can cash in, or if you want to, you can just, like what happened right now, is a free ride, did not cost you any money. This is a very simple. Once you understand what the market is telling you, the trading become friendly, whether you are using auto trade or you are trading manually. And once you understand what the market is telling you, it will be very easy on your life if you want to call yourself or you want to change career or something like this. It is very simple. It's the same practically every day. As we see here, we had the entry when we got over this technical when we need to go live on YouTube. And then we told you what is the entry. And then the ES went flying all the way to the projection at 30.66.25. If we look at the details on that one here, there is a reversal plot. There is a fatigue in this area here. And as you see, I don't want to sit down and read numbers when I'm looking at the bars. As you see on this chart here, there is a blinking. When it's a blinking, that's mean it's a blinking green. That's mean there is buyers. And you see that that chart blinks every time you come into fibs. And it is very important because when you are in a trade and you are on a couple $100 a trade, I want to know if the buyer is trying to push that line or not, trying to break that line or not. I'm not interested for how many people have an order in the market because it can be dismissed within millisecond. I don't want to go through that area. I don't want to go. It's a very sensitive area. But it can be dismissed by millisecond and then your reading is wrong. So what I wanted to know, just enough information for me when it's a blinking on the chart. That means there is buyers trying to break that area here. That's all what I need to know. So this is where a potential, should I break, should I cash in, or should I stay on that trade and cash in on $1,000 or $500 trade. So it is a very, very important. As we see here, the market is simple. We can complicate it, but it is simple. As we see here, the ES came into the projection line at 30.6650. Fine. And then the market went pulled back on the support area. And as you see here, start firing those signals is telling you those reversals are not a repaint reversal. There is a lot of firms sell repaint reversal, and that the reversal move from one bar to another bar until it get it right. And that it is misleading for the trader when he is in a trade live. He want to make a decision and he is in desperate. He's thirst for a signal to tell him to stay or cash in or there is a pullback. And this is a big difference in the trade if you're going to walk away with a couple $100 or a $500 or $1,000. So if we think about it, maybe you say, well, it doesn't matter. Yes, maybe it doesn't matter. But today you walk away on a trade for $200 and there is a potential $1,000 on that trade. And then tomorrow is the same thing. You're wasting good position. You enter in the market and then the day after. So if you are missing a couple of $300 a day by not reading the market properly, this is going to make a difference, $50,000 a year. So you cannot say it's irrelevant whether it's 200 or 300. Yes, it is. Because today, it's Tuesday, and maybe tomorrow, maybe there is a news, or maybe there is an FOMC, or maybe there is the CL report. So maybe tomorrow I'm not able to trade, and probably the market is going chop, or maybe tomorrow, nobody knows if tomorrow is going to be a flat day, a trending day. No one knows. Nobody knows, and there is no system on this earth will let you know if tomorrow is going to be flat day or is going to the market starts spiking at 9 o'clock or 9:30 or 10 o'clock. I have no idea. I will cross that bridge when I get there in the morning. So if we are making $1,000 on that trade, spend $200, and tomorrow it is a clumsy day, not a tradable day, then maybe I need to stay away from a trade-in tomorrow. Then I can protect this $1,000 I made. But if you make this 200 and then there is a good potential, 5 minutes later you're going to jump on the wagon and take another trade, and it probably is going to be a losing trade. And this is where the most amateur traders do. They use a dummy trailing stop, and it is very close to the market. They don't leave gap between the trailing stop and the market. And then what happened? They make it just a little money on their position, and they don't know how to maximize their profit when they are taking a trade. And then what they do, they take another trade 10 minutes later, and then they start losing, and then they go and dive in to places where they should not be trading, and then it all goes bad. And then this guy goes from trading to auto trading. But even if you are auto trading, if this market is struggling in one area, it's going to be the same thing. So what I have found out in those many years, that if you cannot trade manually, you cannot make money manually today. You cannot make money on the auto trade. I noticed that. So if I can make money on a manual trade, that's mean my auto trades are working fine. If I cannot make manually money, that's mean my auto trades are just eating banana today. So this is why, because when the market is trending and you understand or you identify what's going on in the market, you will understand where is the potential danger in the market, and then you say, okay, you know what, I made money yesterday, I'm going to protect my profit today. So this is where it is a very fine line between those two. We told you where to enter on the ES when we started the live broadcast today, and as we see, it is very simple, guys. As we see, the market came in and struggled on the projection, right in line with the projection. It gives you a little problem, telling you there is a reversal. And then we have seen those people try to buy, and they managed to break the 30.66.43. Fine. But it does not mean we are out of the wood. If the ones who follow this trade, you're coming here to the double resistance line at 30.69 and it's over. Why? Because there is a fatigue in this trend. There is a problem in that trend. We barely broke the 30.66.50, and we have seen this chart blinking when the buyers was trying to break that area. But as you see right now, the market was not able to break this double resistance line. And then what happened now, this is the biggest mistake, where the ES is going to try to break this 30.69 and going back as a support area now, 30.66.50. And as you see right now, this is, guys, you always can make money once you understand the trick in the market. It does not matter if we are making $5 today or $20 or on the YM $1,000. Doesn't matter. We need to understand what's going on, and then we can see the green. And what I have said, it is right now is already in the process. When we come into the double resistance, it fell because there is a weakness, there is a fatigue in this trend, and no matter what they do, they're gonna have a little problem in there, and the ES is going to be stuck between 30.70 and a support area 30.66.50 until those. And our system is calculating the target is 30.72.50. That's very fine. But when you put in this fib line, the zone, then it will give you where is the problem on the way to the target. And this will give the trader, if the trader needs to cash in or he needs to hold. And as we see right now, the ES starts sinking. And once the ES starts sinking, the whole market starts sinking, you know. So there is a problem in there. The system, when it came into the projection, fired a reversal for you, telling you, hey, buddy, push the brakes. You know, you are on a motorized, unlimited. And now that you see this yellow line telling you be careful. And then it hit the second time. And then at the end, it came into the double resistance with a reversal. And now starts sinking into the 30.6650. So even if you are auto trading and your auto trade lose that trade, has nothing to do with your auto trade because the ES cannot penetrate the 3070. It's not your auto trade could not break the 3070 level on the ES. It's not your auto trade. It's the fib line and the market could not break it. So if your auto trade is taking a trade in there and you have a losing trade on the auto trade, does not mean your auto trade is a lousy auto trade. Does not matter, with all the respect, where you get your auto trade from. But the market was not able to break those levels. Of course, there is a lot of lousy auto trades out there. They are using line breaks and ATRs, and they are using Renko bars to get the traders lost. I can respect that, but once you see this market is struggling in this area, it's irrelevant whether you have an auto trade or not. It's not going to make a difference. And as you see here, what we are talking about, what the market is doing is exactly what we are saying. And we are right 8 out of 10, and that does not come from overnight trading, believe me or not. It does not come from 2 weeks trading. It does not Now, if we break the 30.6643, which I doubt it, we will be coming back to the pullback re-entry at 30.6250. So here is the potential when somebody can understand what's going on. If you have an ATR, momentum, all those indicators, at the moment is telling you short, which it is true. But you need to cash in somewhere around 30.6275. You have to be extremely fast with it because now you are switching to scalping here. It's not a short trend. It's not. So what I'm trying to say, most of those guys are using indicators. By now they have a short signal because their indicators following the market. They're not predicting anything. And then this poor guy start taking a short in an extreme critical area where there is a lot of potential to turn around on him and blow his $200 or $300 trade. So what is the proper entry on this ES when the market is going between those lines? And I see now they're trying to push this market down. The market is very confusion for a guy just got out of the box a couple of 3 years ago. So what we need to do, what is the safe trade on that one? The only safe trade on this one here is wait until this market, if you want it to drop, and then you can put a re-entry point at 30.63 level. And you cannot take a trade in the middle here because there is a good potential. This market, when you are taking this trade in the middle, there is a good potential for this market to switch on you, as you see right now on the ES, is switching and flirting with the 30.6643 back and forth, plus minus. So this is here, might as well take a quarter out of your pocket and make a guess. But when we are taking a limited order at 30.6275 and we hide your stop loss behind the fib line, then you have a much good potential on the pullback re-entry to get this market a good trade. One of the things for the last 20 years, 28 years, this is the only thing has not ran out in the market. A lot of things came into the market. A lot of system come out in the market, tweak and retweak every single indicator and moving average. There is one thing I know have not been running out of style is identifying a trend, pulling back re-entry. It is the most effective way to make money in the market. There is two. This is one of the technique. You have to identify the trend, pull back re-entry, and you never can go wrong with it when you have a good fib lines. And the second one is the second technique is how to reverse the market, which I have covered how to reverse the market a few months ago here on a YouTube, and I revealed a lot of secrets about reversing. And I don't encourage a lot of amateur trading to reverse, because if you don't know what you're doing, you can get beat in the market. So there is a technique how to reverse, and maybe one day I'll go back on the reversing and show you some technique how to reverse the market. Why there is more money on the reverse? Because you can always catch the market from the top to the bottom and from the bottom to the top. What we have done on the system here, we have made it easier to the traders, and we've been using it for many years. One of the simple technique on the when you need to know when this market is turning around is if we are looking at the chart here, we have put two yellow lines. Once this market started breaking into this yellow lines, that means now you are under this dead zone, the critical area. I don't believe in overbought, oversold. I don't. I believe in supply and demand. But when this market break that area here, that means now we are about to reverse this market, and then we have a resistance line at 30.73.50. So without any all those techniques with a reversal, I know this market when it break this yellow line, that means there is no more long trade. Now we have some advanced traders. What they do, they have buttons on our auto trade. So what they do, they once they see this market gets into this yellow one, what they do, they direct their auto trade to take a short trade only, and they don't know when it's gonna go and turn around short. But what they can do, they can, as here you see, there is a short trade. Let's go ahead and reactivate it for one more round. What you do, you right-click, reload it, and now it's activated again. Then, when we see that, what you can do, you can say short only or long only. So we don't have to use our brain. We all, sometimes our brain, smoke coming out of our noses, somebody pissed us off, or our ears, or somebody, so sometimes we're not in the best mood. So when we are in a bad mood or somebody pisses you off, you just see that and you just direct your auto trade to go short or long once across this area. The same thing we have done on the other side, and right now, as you see, if this market go into the short position on 39.25, you don't go short anymore, and there is a reversal. The system is a total different system than the signal, is always calculating the market tick by tick and giving us where it is the danger to keep on that trade or where we want it to turn. So one of the advantage on that is if a guy using a NASDAQ and he have one micro account, and when the market enter this area here, he can risk one trade. on a Nasdaq micro account, and trying to catch the trend from the beginning of a turning around, and there is a lot of potential to make a lot of ticks in that area, and make a very good trade. So it doesn't matter if you are using 4 or 1 mini micro account on the Nasdaq or an ES. It's not the amount of is where you have put the trade. It could be a potential on one trade is just as good as 4 contracts in there. So if you know how to reverse this market, even if you are using 1 micro account, ES or Nasdaq, you're gonna catch it. You're gonna catch the trend from the beginning, and one trade should be more than enough to carry it with you. So this is where we are at the moment. So if we go back to the scalping at the moment, we are about on the Nasdaq and the Russell, and there is no trade on the ES. There is no trade on the ES, but we have those 2 trades. And it's about to close the Nasdaq. Also, why I like there is we are doing some work on a fully automated trade. We are trying to we are doing something with the signal on the full automated trade. We have shared our information with our members on Monday. But also what we are what I like about the ATM, which we are upgrading the fully automated on the signal, the same one, but fully automated. But what I like about the ATM, that I can break even or I can extend the target. As you see here, the system is telling me 95.70. Maybe the market is trending. Why not trying to get to the next fib line? So I don't need to guess where is the next one. I probably want to put it at 95.57. If this market is trending, maybe it's going to go down. Or if you want to leave it alone, the auto trade is going to extend it by itself. So I know what is my limitation on that. And this is the secret is 1,000 here, you lose, let's say, on another chart 200, another chart 200, another chart you made 500, then your day is done. You made your money, a little bit here, a little bit there. At the end of the day, you're done. Especially also in the scalping. This system here, what some of the question is saying, can I use this one here 24/7? No, you cannot use this one 24/7. No. What we have designed this one here, the signal, you can use it 24/7 if you know what you're doing. But to protect the traders, I wanted to be the trader trying to be disciplined with the guy and letting him trade from 9 to 11. Whatever he gets out of the market, leave. Because what we have found out in the last 10, 11 years being in the public, traders don't know how to stop, especially when they make money in the morning. They have a good potential losing it in the afternoon. Does the system work in the afternoon? Yes, it does, if you know what you're doing. But if you made $500 in the morning, I cannot encourage you to go ahead and take a trade in the afternoon. I prefer for you to save this money. So, and the more you trade, the more you're going to jeopardize. There we go. Look at this. The target and closed. Beautiful trade. Did we miss anything? No, we did not. We closed at the fib line, and I don't care what is going to happen here. Okay. I don't know that. Okay, they got. And it is finished. Plus minus 1 bar, I don't care. I covered what I want, and it is finished. So this is how. Also, let's look at the swing trading. On the swing trading on the Nasdaq, this is a 1 minute Nasdaq. And we have the scalpers about to close. The ES nailed 400. Let's drag it a little bit if we can do that. Let's see if we can do more on the ES. The CL, it looked like is a struggling break even immediately. We are done with that trade. And then we are on the YM, we are 270. Let's go ahead and get aggressive today and put it at 25571. Break even. I'm done with that job. I'm done. My job with this chart is done. Once you break even, you're done. So now we are on a free ride. It's not costing you anything. Either it hit the target or cash in on the way down or on the way up. You're done with that. And then on the gold, we have a couple $100. You can hit the knob and say flatten everything out and go home, or you can sit down and try to deal with the market as much as you want. Depends how fast you are too. I mean, So it does not mean two traders are using the same system, they're going to walk away with the same money. No, never. Even if they are taking the same trade. One guy is going to manage it different than the other guy. One guy is going to make a disaster out of it. He's just going to keep looking at it, not interfere with anything. And he's going to make a disaster out of it. So 300 on the YM, let's say 300 on the ES, couple hundred on the gold, $50 on the CL. I don't want to exaggerate. You're done. Cash in and leave. That's what. This is what is our aim to do. Not to overtrade. It's exactly like sitting in Las Vegas expecting to win every single time. So we are under good control with that trade. And as you see here on the gold, we are about to close 500 on the gold. Look, we missed by one tick. A shame. Have you noticed that gold is going with the same direction with the ES, and you're trying to tell me what's going on in the market? The market is a big mess at the moment. Okay, we closed the CL trade. It's done. We hit the target, and we have the gold. The YM hit the target. We are done. And the ES hit the target. We are done. And now the swing trade, and we are done. The break even. Done trading, go home. That's it. You're done. Do you think this guy has been trading for 20 years is going to do better than you? No. Trust me, I know what is out there. And this is the last trade on the gold. Let's look at the Russell. We're about to hit on the Russell. Look where is the Russell came in, right at the fib line on the Russell. Let's go back to NASDAQ. Break even on the NASDAQ. Where is this ES having a problem? The ES have a problem at 30.54. What is our target? 30.51. What we have a problem on our destination with that trade from A to B. What we have a problem is major support at 30.54, triple support at 30.52. It's telling you what you want to do. You want to cash in 500, you want to cash in 400, you want to keep looking at the sky, waiting for somebody give you blessing. I don't know. It's telling you what the market is telling you to make decision. You cannot make decision. Do not trade. Leave it alone. You're too busy. I never heard somebody is too busy to make money. Or running a hotel, he don't have time to trade, but he wants the money in the market. Good luck with that. So stay running the hotel and leave this market alone. You cannot have two career in one hand. You cannot do that. You have to sit down and look at it. And money does not fly easy. That's for sure. Let's look at the YM. The YM hit the major support area here. Is telling us his problem. Yes, there's a major support area here. And the Nasdaq, let me see what happened to the Nasdaq. And the Nasdaq is going to try to take this number down, 954,125. And then look, where is this target? The target is 95.29. Look at this. If this market broke, like what we have explained to you, this yellow line, those target 1 and target 2, those are institutional number. Not too many people knows about those numbers. And when you cross this yellow line on the Nasdaq, you have target 1. What happened in target 1? Because target 1 and target 2 always between 11 and 12. Those are institutional numbers. So what happened when you hit target 1? Profit taking. When there is a profit taking, what is going to happen? This market is going to turn around and flying back to the resistance line. So those target institutionals, they're only available at the Zone Plus for the members. Then they don't exist for the public. So if we are crossing this yellow line and profit taking on target 1, so this is what we were explaining about the yellow line. Profit taking, and now what time is it right now on the system? It is almost 11 o'clock. So most likely we're gonna hit target 1. I don't know. We will see, and then the market is gonna go back. So after you cross this yellow line, like what I was trying to explain to you 20 minutes ago, after you cross the yellow line, there is no more short trade. What you need to do, evaluate the market, consider taking a profit, or you want to, if you can reverse the market and get it over with. So those are very, very important to understand ahead of time what's going on in the market. So let's look at the gold. The gold, I mean, this is really funny. The gold is going with the same direction as an ES. Try to explain that to the trader. How are you going to explain that? The Russell is, we are experiencing pullback, and the YM is going the opposite direction. And it is a big mess at the moment. One of those, we've been covering the NASDAQ on the 1 minute, and we've been covering, if you go back on the video, the NASDAQ 2 minutes. We've been covering that a lot. On the last trade, I don't know if you can read it, is 2,435. So we hit a target. The auto trade is a daily target 1,000. And this auto trade already, if you go back on the video from Friday and Thursday, it's the same chart, NASDAQ 2 minutes, white, the same template. Last week, on every time we were on a YouTube, this auto trade made 3,000 something, And today, again, This one here is already nailed 2,435, and we still have one trade to go. So if we look at the auto trade on the left down corner here, you can see on those three trades made 2,435, and now we still have one more trade. And what I'm doing on this one here, I'm not using trailing stop. I'm using automatic trailing stop. So the only time it's gonna close when the market turn from negative to positive. As long as this market pulling back and going down, you're gonna stay on that trade. So this is we're gonna keep our eye on that to see what is happening on that auto trade. But we are already last week we have showed it every single day, and practically every day it was a 3,000 something every day. So this is what we have right now, and it seems like the market now is sitting on. There is nothing we can do. So I'm gonna take a break for 5 minutes, and we will watch this market, which direction is going. Again, guys, simplify the market. Don't make it complicated. Everything has been calculated right on your chart. The only thing you need to read what is the system is telling you, but it's not complicated to understand the market at all. It's not. It's easy. Maybe it's easier for me, but still it is not. It is hit and go. You cannot just keep hitting the market with your trades. It's hit and go with the trading. They open doors for you. You jump on it. You take the trade and you leave. And then if you're gonna try to take a trade somewhere else, you're gonna get in trouble. One of the things is gonna happen if this market here, look, we are on the short position and we hit to the support area and all that. Now what happened if this market on the ES start going above that entry level 1752? Look at this mess on the ES, you see? And this is where most of those guys today, hundreds of thousands of people, they're gonna lose a lot of money if this ES gonna go above the 1752 and dive in this pile of mud right there. Because what it is, I don't know if this one is gonna hold. I have no idea if this one gonna hold. In my professional opinion, the re-entry point on the ES is 1752.6. There is a short in there. There's no long. So here is the misleading with the indicator, when the indicator is following the market. And this is where I will make a bet on the ES is going to go short at 1752.7. By this time this bar going, those amateur indicators is following the market, is start showing positive, and this poor guy is jumping on the wagon trying to go long, and the minute he goes long, guess what? The market goes the other direction. And he's lost, and he's pissed, and now want to have a revenge trade, and this is where he gets in more trouble and more mistakes. So for me, if this ES going above this line here, there is nothing I can do with auto trade, and there is nothing I can do as a manual trader either. I'll leave it alone. There is a plenty place to find a trade somewhere else. There is a plenty on the NASDAQ, YM, CL, gold, whatever, banana future, whatever it is, you can trade it. But I'm not going to sit down and dance with a gorilla here, and I have no clue which direction is going. And look at this one, guys. Look what happened. Speaking of it, look what happened. The market came into this area here, and it sank in. It's exactly what we expected. Yes. And look, it fell. So what happened here, when you are using indicators, by this time here, your ATR, your MACD, all of them is saying positive, and there is no positive. Here is the scary question. You trade in the future, and your indicators based on the past, not on the future. It's just following the market. And people don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear that. They have 20,000 indicator on the chart, and they still going in the same circle. They don't want to hear the truth. So there we go. So as we said, as we expected, the projection with this the projection with the moving average, this moving average is a re-entry point in conjunction with the fib line, and this is a re-entry point. You cannot mess with it. And what happened? The market did go up to this area and drop, and now is playing the trader's yo-yo here, is going up and down. Here I am, try to catch me. You try to jump to the left, he goes right. You go right, he goes left. And this is where the most aggravation. We're about to close that trade, and we closed the Nasdaq for 1,000. And we finally made it on the Nasdaq with the 3,410. Is exactly the same amount of money we've been showing you this auto trade Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday last week. Same amount of money on the Nasdaq, 2 minutes, 3,410. The same time, the same area, the same chart, everything. So that's all what we can do. So let's go back to the scalper. Look at this little thing. It just came into the fib line and our target. Maybe there is a potential. While the system can do it. Let's leave it here. And the ES is not going to do it, guys. Try to break it even immediately. It's not going to survive. You either take your money and run or break even plus couple ticks. Because this is a fib line. It's what we... Guys, 5 minutes and we'll be right back. Thank you. Before I go on a 5 minutes break as we speak, look what happened to the... Look what happened to the ES. Nothing. Look where what we have said. Look where is the Nasdaq coming to the target 1 before 12 o'clock. Profit taking at target 1. Look. You cannot go wrong with it. I'll go ahead and move the chart so you can see it. It's coming to the target 1, profit taking, and then the market is going to fly the opposite direction. Do you remember, guys, what we said about target hitting the target? And when did we say that? And look what it is right now. If you look at this bar here on the Nasdaq, one time, two times, three times, four times, five times, and the market is stopped right at the target. And that guy, this poor guy, is banging his head trying to see how he can trade the Nasdaq. But we knew what's going on half an hour before it happened. And there we go, we hit target one. Nothing is going to happen. Can go plus minus one bar, then it's going to stop at the 95 level. But the party is over. The party is over. Look where the market stopped. I don't care about the money. Look where is this market stop. Which, by the way, the Nasdaq made 225 ticks. I'm not talking about that. But look where this market stopped. At the profit taking. The market is not hard, folks. But you need to fly with the proper instruments. That's it. If you have a misreading with your instruments, you'll never be able to land. You're going to crash. Simple as that. Take it or leave it. So I'm going to leave it alone and stay quiet, and we'll see what happens. Thank you. Everything we said, you go back to it, and welcome to trading. The market came into the target one, profit taking, as we said half an hour ago. Where is the market going? Right here. Re-entry point short at 9540. This is the re-entry point. So if we want to take a short here and put a stop loss a little bit above this line, most likely that trade ready to go, going back to target one. exactly as we expected. This is the fib line with the 95303925, and the market hit the target one, going back to the 953850, and this is it. And this is where the market is going to turn around in this area here, and most likely this is where the traders start taking a short in this area. On the ES, we still have the last bumper before we hit the target at 1746.1. And look, where is the target? Everything has been designed tick by tick. As we have explained to you today, once this market entered the yellow zone here, there is no more short trade. There is only long trades. And where is the target? The target is 1744.5 in the middle of this yellow line. So what does that mean? Once this market hit the target, or once this market hit between those two yellow lines, there is no more short trades. You need to direct your trades to the long side. Going back to the NASDAQ, because it's a very simple instrument, as we see, this is the short entry, and this is the resistance entry, and this is where the NASDAQ is getting stuck, right there, after we took the profit taken at 9507. So the indicator become irrelevant here. And look at this. You can see exactly where the NASDAQ stopped. Once we start knowing this pattern, once we start knowing the trick in the market, whether you are a manual trading or auto trading, it's the same to you. It's no longer a problem because you know what's going on, So knowing what's going on in one hand and using an auto trade in the other hand is very healthy. Using an auto trade and not knowing what's going on is a disaster trader we got in our hands. And as we see here, this market stopped at the NASDAQ as we predicted ahead of time, and now this NASDAQ starts sinking in again. It's very simple once you analyze this market, because the market is telling you everything, and there we go. Folks, we are extremely busy today. We want to call it off, and we wish you the best. And we will see you on a YouTube, not on Wednesday. We will see you on Thursday and Friday. I want to say thank you very much, and please be safe, and God bless you all. Bye for now.